Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And request you to kindly, yeah, so the recording has started. We are being recorded. So, okay, so I see that seven of you have installed, two of you have not answered. We have more people in the class, but not a problem. So, today we will be starting about using the Latex software. So, hopefully, in the class today we will be doing a working example. So, kindly keep your editors open. I will be showing the same on my laptop also. And today, basically, through the medium of a document, we shall be creating that document in the LaTeX and compiling it. And we will see this using this activity that how the LaTeX software simplifies our life when it comes to documentation. So before we start, it is important to know what LaTeX really is. So it's a tool to create professional looking documents, and I assume that most of you are familiar with coding, but it is not the algorithmic or data structure type coding, but it is the LaTeX still is a code based environment in which you just write the code, and after it is compiled, the document looks exactly like a fully finished document. It's a professionally looking document. So that is why LaTeX is considered as what you see is what you mean. It means that you only focus on the contents of your document, and the computer and the LaTeX software will take care of the formatting. So the advantage of LaTeX over the other typesetting tools, especially Microsoft Word, is that a lot of hassles related to images, graphics, tables, formatting, and other things are very conveniently solved by LaTeX software. And it is heavily used in research circles, in academics, and especially postgrad students and doctorate level students are highly recommended to learn this and to create all the documents that they create in this duration of their degrees. So the natural question arises is that why we should learn LaTeX. So as I've already mentioned, it greatly reduces the complicatedness associated with writing huge reports, reams and reams of paper on Microsoft Word. And inputting equations, mathematical equations is fairly easy in LaTeX. LaTeX has its own graphics library to create flow diagrams, which look very professional. You don't have to use a PowerPoint to make your diagrams. Then LaTeX is based on packages. So different package provides different functionality for the document. And so, for example, if you want to insert an image in your document, so you will be using a graphics package. If you want to insert references in your report, you will be using hyperreference package. So to introduce some new kind of functionality in your document, you have to use packages in the LaTeX, and you have to load those packages in the editor. And at the compile time, they are used, and the libraries inside them are used, and the document is compiled when its function is called. And the thing is that you just write the content, and you can change the style later on without changing the entire content using few commands. And last time we talked about conference and journal submissions. Mostly the templates that these forums provide are in two formats, Microsoft Word and LaTeX. But when you start writing your paper in Microsoft Word template provided by them, it is bound to create some issues. There are a lot of floating issues when it comes to Microsoft Word. So always use a LaTeX template given by the conference organizers. That will greatly ease your life. So now we will start off with our practical. So kindly open. I request all of you to open Text Studio. So it will look like this. Kindly keep your mics on so that I get to know that you have opened the LaTeX or not.
But it's same as text works, right?
Yeah, should be. But I'm not sure if it has intelligence, because here the code completion is automatic. So there you might have to write your own code. Not sure, but yeah, you can. Look at it, text work should be fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone else has Text Studio?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please open your Text Studio and you can see. So you have to go to File and click on New Form Template and select Article. So when you see the options, there are different options. This article, as you can see in the preview, it looks like this. When you select Beamer, so Beamer is generally used for professionally looking PowerPoint presentation. So today's presentation PPT that you saw, this PPT that I am presenting, it is actually made in LaTeX. So as you can see that it is quite different from the last time PPT that I have presented. So I've deliberately made this PPT in LaTeX so that you get to feel how different it is from the normal PowerPoint presentations. So that is the Beamer article type that is used for creating PPTs. And then there is this report which has chapters inside of it. So mostly I've used these three: article, Beamer, and report, sometimes letter also. So we can select the article and then click on OK. Done with this step.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you can see. So I hope that you are able to see this piece of code. And here we generally write the title of our report or whatever article we are writing. So today we will be writing this article in LaTeX. So I have made this LaTeX doc folder in the classroom, which has already been shared with all of you. And today's task is to write this document, which includes paragraph with headings, bullet points, images, and table. So we will be creating this document today in the LaTeX. Okay, so I am sharing the link of this folder with you so that you have access to it. You can have it in the chat. So we will be using this document for our LaTeX practical. Okay. So here, because the document is on diabetes, so we will put the title diabetes, and author will be your respective name. This make title command, what it does is that when we will compile, it will put the heading and the author's name and also the date of the document. If you don't want the date to come, you can simply put date without any input. Now this begin abstract, as we know, abstract tells the summary of the report or the document that we are writing. So this section is used to write the abstract of the report, but currently we are not using it. So we can just comment it out. In Text Studio, percentage is used for commenting. Now, this article will be organized in different sections. So section is the main section of the report. So right now, we can see that our first, so that this is the title of the report. Sorry for the heading, but it is the title of the report. So kindly write this in the given space in your Text Studio. Now the first heading is the challenge of diabetes. We can just copy it from here and put it in the section thing. When you have all of you done this, kindly let me know. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now on the top you can see this green arrow. It is used for building the document and compiling it, and it outputs the PDF file. So you just click on it and here something like this. This is the output that has been created. Okay, this is the first thing that you will see when you compile it. Now we will populate this section with the content. So the content of this section is these three lines. So we just simply copy them and paste it here. Now when I paste it here, you see that the moment percentage starts, it is graying out. So this means that this percentage is actually comment in latex. So but when we precede this percentage sign with this kind of slash, it will take it as percentage. So when you write percentage in latex, you always write it like this. So now when I compile it, it will be like this. But in the document, if you see, this is into three different paragraphs or three different lines. But here, even though they are differently put in the next line, LaTeX is putting them together. So perhaps we need to introduce paragraph command. This is the title of the paragraph, but we don't have any title as of now, so we will put this blank. And then this was second paragraph. So it will be like this now. Now when we compile it, it should give us what we saw. Kindly let me know if you have finished this step.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. मैम
No, no.
एक्चुअली
Hmm.
दिस मेरा टेक्स्ट वर्क ओपन किया है इसमें फाइल में गया न्यू फाइल यूजिंग टेम्पलेट आफ्टर दैट आई हैव टू सेलेक्ट विच बीमर प्रेजेंटेशन बेसिक
Article, article. Click on the article.
article is not that there's basic beamer more latex and latex documents.
Click on basic. What do you see?
1 minute, ma'am, 1 minute. It's opening was.
Everyone else is able to follow till here.
Where it is gone.
Everyone else is able to follow till here. Can you tell me, please?
1 minute.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So I'm assuming that you are able to follow. When you are not able to follow, then you raise questions and ask me. Okay. So after compiling this, we were able to receive the document. Now next is this section we will be talking about. So create a section and put its heading as statistics. So we create a new section and put its heading as statistics. Next. Now this section consists of bullet points. So first we write this sentence as it is in our LaTeX document. And for writing bullets, so LaTeX provides us this command itemize. So when we use this command itemize, and each bullet will go into each item, and that will be bullet. But if it would have been numerical 1 2 3 4 like that, so we would have used enumerate. Okay, but right now it is bullet, so we use itemize. And then please one by one paste these bullets in this document. So I have directly pasted. What I'll do is just put item in front of every point so that every bullet is recognized like this. So please do this and compile your document, and wherever you are seeing this percentage grayed out, you know what to do. Just put this sign and your percentage will be taken care of. Shashwat, is it working for you now?
Ma'am, I have installed Studio. Then I will connect you after 5 minutes. Okay.
So don't worry,
Yes.
I will be here only, okay?
Okay.
We'll finish
Okay.
this. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
So after compiling, it should look like this. It might prompt you to save it, so you can just save it with some name.
Excuse me, I've installed this text studio. After that, I've gone to article and I've clicked that
Yeah.
OK. After that, what I have to do?
Yeah, after that, you just put the title of the document, which is diabetes in our case, just a sample article. In the author, you put your name because you are the author.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then one by one, we are creating a document.
And the link which we have shared, what we have to do for from that link?
So this link is the document. It is in the Microsoft Word format. We will be creating this document in the LaTeX. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the content that we want to create in the LaTeX. So this is like the
Yes.
doc format. We are creating this in the LaTeX format. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay.
And all of you, please note that when we compile, the output is always in the PDF format. It's not in the doc format, but if you want to convert it back into doc format, you might have to use a PDF to Word doc converter. So now if you see, we have a second section with bullet points. Now request all of you to convert this, change this itemize to enumerate and see the difference. So now it should show the numbers as you can see. I will revert it back to itemize. Now I request all of you to download this photograph in the folder which has been, I hope the folder has been shared. So just download this photograph of diabetes.jpg in the folder in which you have saved your LaTeX document. So just download it and save it in the same document in which you have saved this file of LaTeX. Now I will be moving forward with the insertion of image. So let us create a new section and title, let's put it as figure insertion because we will be learning about the figure here. To insert figure, there are two options you can do. Either you can go to wizards and insert graphic. So here you can actually browse the image. I've already saved it in the folder diabetes. Click on open and so rest is taken care of and I then click on OK. So it automatically gives me this particular code. Everyone is able to get it? Now if I try to run it, it will show me an error. This error means that this include graphics command needs a package which are not yet included in the document. So I will include the document graphics. Graphics is usually used for images and all. And I'll save it and then I'll try to compile it again. So now it should be able to give me this image in the document, but when you see this image, you see that it's very cluttered up, so I need to increase the width. So I'll put my own width here, which I think should work. Now it's slightly better. So you can adjust the width of any graphics that you are inserting based on looking at the output. And note that this figure is coming in between of these bullet points, and I don't want that to happen. I want this figure to be in this section. So I will have to force its position here, which is generally done by this parameter after the begin figure command. But when I compile it, it will again show some error, that unknown float option. So that means this float package is missing, and I will again introduce this float package. So what it does is that this capital H forces the position of the image in the document where the code has been written. So the code is written after this section of figure insertion. So the image will be forced in this particular section in the final report. So now as you can see, this image is in the figure insertion, and now it demands a caption. So caption I have given, let's say, summary of the growing burden of the diabetes epidemic. And this photo I have taken from a particular source. And this source also I can cite here. Now, if you look at this source command, it is /h-reference, which is also similar to the HTML code if some of you have worked on websites and HTML and CSS. So its command is like /h-reference, the URL and the text to be shown in the final report. So when I click on this source, it will be redirected to this URL. This URL I am pasting on the chat. It is actually a shortened URL because the image URL was quite big. So here I've pasted the link. You can use it. Now, when I compile it, it will again throw me the error. Now, who will explain to me why it is showing the error and what will be the solution? Are you guys following up?
Ma'am, maybe because of the URL source citing, it might need some package.
Correct. So this H reference demands a package. I think it is hyperref. Not sure. Let me check. Yeah. So now you can see that this source has come up. When you click on this source, it will go to the source from where I had picked up this image. So as I mentioned about in the previous reports also, that you should always put the source. So this is the image from and the source from where I had picked up the image. So the package is hyper reference. I'm pasting all these packages on the chat so that you're able to understand it. Done till here? Am I going very fast? Sometimes in the document we want to insert a frame box around our image. So this can be done using the frame box command. So this include graphics command you put within the frame box command. So you see frame box, curly brackets, and then curly brackets close. So it will provide us outline outside of the image. As you can see, now I have an outline outside of this figure. Clear till here? Anyone who is not able to do? Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is we will try to insert table. So this table I want to make in my LaTeX document. So first what I will do is, there are again two ways. So this code I have used from this wizard tool, wizard and insert graphic, but generally I would advise that once you have written this code, just copy this code and use in other document, and then you can just change the image name and width, size and caption. So it is better to get familiar with the code. It's very simple code.
एक्सक्यूज मैम
Yeah.
मैम ये ऊपर वाला आपने कैसे करा है दिस इज
कौन सा?
अप्रोक्सीमेट फ्रॉम स्टार्टिंग विद अप्रोक्सीमेटली 463 मिलियन एडल्ट्स यू हैव कॉपी किया हुआ उधर से क्या पूरा
हाँ ये पूरा कॉपी किया है but the only difference is because there are bullet points
यस
there.
ओके
So I have put this into begin itemize and end itemize. Okay. So this is used for bulleting in LaTeX.
ओके
So listen, see here then. So right, first of all, I just put begin itemize and end itemize. Then I copied these points and just inserted this slash item before every bullet point. So this item tells it that the bullet point is starting from here. Okay.
ओके मैम
Yeah. You just copy the bullets, put it in begin itemize, end itemize, and write slash item before every bullet. So now let us create a new section titled table. Here we will try to insert a table. Again, there are two ways. You can write the code or you can go here, wizards, quick tabular. Or I think let us go with tabbing. Let me see. No, we'll go with tabular. So this table that we are creating has 5 columns and 5 rows. So we need to specify that in LaTeX. So number of columns is 5 and number of rows is also 5. Now this is the alignment of the element in each cell of the table. So if you want it to be center, left, right, and these are when we need to change the widths. So right now I have put center. I will demonstrate the use of P also. And here maybe you can insert that, start inserting data here. So for example, this column is 2010, this is 2019, 2030, 2045. And here also you can put the respective values seen from the Google document, or what you can do is you can just simply put OK. So now this is the blank table that has come up. Now if you look at the code carefully, these ampersand sign separates each column from other column. So we have 5 columns, so there will be 4 ampersands. So first element comes here, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now if you look at the second row, first column is people with diabetes in thousands. So I just copy this number, this text, and put it here. And after this, I will put the values. So after putting the values, the table should look something like this. I'm copying this directly from the earlier thing. So your table should finally look like this. And this was C. And you notice these vertical bars after every C. These indicate that there has to be a vertical line separating each column. If I remove these vertical lines, there will be no vertical lines in the table also. So now I have a table like this. But I'm not very happy with the way the table looks right now. So I'm going to play with this table. So what I'll do is, I will change the width of this column and remove these vertical lines because it makes the table look very cluttered. So what I'll do is, I'll remove these vertical bars. And then I'll try to compile it again. And next, I will, for the first column, so for this column, I will remove the center and replace it with P command. So P is usually used for proportion. So the proportion of the width of the paper that should be given to this particular column. So naturally I will have to specify the width. So let's say if I put 4 centimeter, how does my table look? So it looks like this. So if now the table is actually, this space is left, but I wanted to use this also, so I would further increase the width of this column and then see the result. So this way you can play with the column, and if you want to change the size of the table contents, you can use different commands. So for example, if I want it to be in the size of footnote, then this will be small. If it's normal, then I don't need to put any command. So this is how it is, but sometimes even now it looks a bit cluttered, so I will like to stretch my table. To stretch the table, we have to use another command, which is array stretch command. Let me see. Yeah, this command, the renew command. So the thing with LaTeX is that you don't have to remember the command. You keep on creating the documents. Every document will demand something new, and then you use the command from those documents and try to put in your new document. It will be taken care of. It's like learning any coding language, but a lot simple. So now it looks much better than the previous time. Now this is the table caption, which will come directly under this command caption. Note that when I had used wizards and insert tabular, only this code had come. These 3 lines I have added because so that I can insert caption and other features of this table. To begin table, these 3 lines you have to insert on your own. Again, for this reference, I am pasting on the chat. So please let me know if you have done this. Take your time. And if you have any questions, Shashwat, are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am. Little bit I will able to follow. Will do it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Everyone, we should be able to finish this document today in the class only. Let's not keep it for, let's not postpone it. So unless and until every student is done, then we will consider this class a success. So now this time this H reference will not create any problems because we have used the package. Now next most important thing that most students don't like is referencing. But LaTeX provides a very good way to automatically insert your references, provided you have put the details of your references in a file which is known as references.bib. So every document, so suppose this is a LaTeX demo which is saved in .text format, .tex, we have to create another file in the bib format, .bib extension, and we will put all our references there in a particular format. So I have created this file. So how it works is that every paper information is organized in this particular manner. So because this is a research article, its format will be like this. So this is the empty code in which I will put the details of my research paper that I have read. So I read this particular research paper to show the statistics of diabetes, and that is why I have put all the details of this paper. So I would like to show you this paper also. Hmm. me show this paper to you. So this is the paper that was read. I just read the abstract of it and try to give the reference of this paper because the document that we are making is on diabetes. And when you look at this cite thing, this provides us the complete citation of this paper. We can either copy it, download it, and here we can choose the format in which we want to download it. I have chosen APA format. APA is nothing but American Psychological Association format. So what I did was I just copied this and pasted it here. Now from here I started picking up all these authors and put it in the author section like this. Okay, and the authors are way too much, so I'll just remove some of the authors and put et al. Like I have done here, and each author must be separated by and if you notice, this is the surname of the author and this is the first name. So surname first, comma, and the initial of the first name, full stop. So this is for one author. This is the complete author, and then second author's surname and all these kind of details. Next again, then I will write the title of the paper, which is this. The journal, which is Diabetes Research and Clinical Practice. The year, which is 2019, it's written here. Sometimes the volume of the paper is given, sometimes it's not given. And the pages is also not given. Volume is 157 here. And the pages number is also not given. This is the volume number. It's not the pages number. It's the volume number. So if I randomly put some paper number to show you, it will be like this. Something like this, like 200, 215 is this paper. So this is how it should look finally. So note that this is only for papers. When you are citing an online website, and then there is different command online. So you will have to look at it. So now when you next time you write your research protocols and put your references, try to do it in a more systematic manner. So this file I create is references.vib. I will just copy this and put it on the meeting so that you can directly paste it. So create a references.bib file and put this code. Name that file as references.vib and put this there. And note that I have named this reference as reference1. So when I call it in my actual document, I will use this command. So I go back here and somewhere in the introduction, I just put this reference1. Okay, right now for demonstration purposes, I have put it randomly, but in your paper, obviously this preceding line should be relevant to this particular reference, but only for demonstration, I have randomly put this reference here. So the command is /cite p reference1. I am using Harvard citation style here. So after creating the references document, you put this command, and the next set of commands that you want to put is obviously this bibliographic style. These two commands will take care of the referencing. So please put these two commands there in your paper. Here. And /cite p ref1. Now you can see that some error is coming. So I need to specify the package which should be used for putting the reference. So the package is a combination of packages which I have introduced here. It's called as netbib package. And this entire command. So it basically shows the bibliographic style. This is another package, hyper-referencing setup. So site color is blue, URL color is blue, link color is blue. So when you see the cited author, you will be able to see that the referencing is in blue. So when I run it, it will throw an error to me. So it is not able to find this. So I need to put that code here. And now if I try to run, hopefully it should run. So now you see, this is my reference that has been inserted. I click on this and it takes me to this particular reference. So referencing becomes very, very easy in LaTeX. Unlike in Microsoft Word, where you just copy paste, this provides a much more systematic aspect. Now note that in referencing, this IDF was capital, but here it is small. So what we can do is go back to our reference file, and I think we have to put the capital letters in parentheses, then it will be taken as capital. So when I run it again, so now it is capital IDF. So sometimes this also happens that when there are names of organizations in the reference which are all capitals, make sure that you put those into parenthesis brackets so that the capital nature is retained. Done with this step. So this is our final document which we wanted to create. Now you look carefully now and compare this output to the output that you get in your Microsoft Word. And this is relatively smaller document. When you prepare reports which will have multiple tables, multiple figures, you don't have to bother about the positioning of all these things and even referencing. So this was just a very small demonstration of how LaTeX is used for creating documents. Everyone has been able to finish off with this exercise.
Ma'am, I will do and share with you.
No problem.
Hmm.
So, and don't worry, I have shared this entire code in the folder also. Everything, our file also I have shared, and references also I have shared. So,
Recording is also done for this lecture. Can you share it?
yeah, recording I will share on the classroom, don't worry.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, and so if you look at this folder, LaTeX docs, this is the image, this is the full code that we did today. This is the full code of the in the text format, and reference.bib also I will add. And this is the document that we created. So that was the LaTeX practical. And in the PPT also, this link will take you to that document that was created today. So this is how it looks like. The intro paragraph was something like this. So we had a section. This paragraph had a heading. These paragraphs did not have a heading, so that is why the fields here are blank. This for the itemization code snippet. If we were to put 1, 2, 3, 4, then you would replace it with enumerate. This was for insertion of the figure. Sometimes when we put URL, it throws error because it has different characters which are understood differently in LaTeX. So what I did was I shortened the URL, and this shortened URL did not have any other characters other than slash. So this was not throwing any error. So sometimes when the links are longer, you may shorten them. And this is for the table. Now, of course, this is not the right way to source in a research academic document, because here I have just cited the website. But in your actual document or paper, when the referencing style is IEEE or Harvard, you will have to create a references.bib entry for this particular source using @online and all those authors details and everything, and cite like that. So the folder is in this. This is again hyperlinked. So this PPT was also made in LaTeX, so you can see visibly that it is more presentable than the last PPT that I have presented. And the idea was to show that, it looks much better and more professional when you work on LaTeX. So, ideally, the best way to learn and become proficient in LaTeX would be to start writing your documents from today. Every document that you write or in during your masters or even in your PhDs, start writing them in LaTeX from today. If you would really want to improve, and trust me, you will not go back to Microsoft Word once you start working in LaTeX. And if you face any error or mistake, just Google that mistake. Mostly the mistake shows that some package is missing, and introduce that package in your code and it should run fine. And Overleaf is a good platform to read more about LaTeX. But as I said, learning through doing is the best way to learn. So you will be writing your research protocols also. I strongly suggest you to use LaTeX in that. And if you face any problem or you stuck anywhere, just drop me an email or call me. I will be there to help you. Some of the packages to explore on your own would be IEEE referencing and Tix package. Tix is actually used to create beautiful flow diagrams in LaTeX. So you can actually look at Tix and create your own good looking diagrams. So this package is worth exploring. And if you are putting some diagram in your research protocol, then please use this package. So Overleaf provides a very dry kind of information. There is another portal for ticks which you will be able to find in your Google. So it is basically used for drawing figures in LaTeX. So it's a good idea to use it. Text details I will share on the classroom. I think there is a better link I have found for text, so I should be able to share that with you. And if you have any queries, you can always email me. So this was for today, and since we are up with time, we shall not be able to discuss the searching the literature part. But I will be taking that lecture on Monday, 4 to 5. So that was for today. If you have any questions, kindly let me know. I have shared all the documents on in this folder. So please finish this in your today's date, this LaTeX, and I hope that you were able to learn at least something from this lecture class.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, according to me, this is the best class for this RM. I like it. For
Okay.
documentation and all that. Yeah, it's a very good way.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So in next one, we will discuss about searching the literature. I would have loved to take that lecture today, but we are out of time, and that also demands a lot of focus. But for today, I want to you to do finish this work and exercise, and please humbly request you, if you really want to learn LaTeX, you will must start creating your documents in LaTeX, and you will never go back to any other document. Of course, I will share the video on it. Don't worry, I have recorded this. Any questions? So I know that you might have got stuck somewhere, but just follow the material given in the folder. If you're still not able to compile or get stuck somewhere, please call me or write to me. I will be there to help you.
Sure, ma'am.
So are there any questions? Okay, if you have any questions later on, or if you have any confusions, please do not hesitate to contact me. This was all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.